No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. There can be no greater gift than that of giving one's time and energy to help others without expecting anything in return. It is in your hands to create a better world for all who live in it. It is not where you start but how high you aim that matters for success. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Fools multiply when wise men are silent. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Do not judge me by my success, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. If you want the cooperation of humans around you, you must make them feel they are important, and you do that by being genuine and humble. Education is the great engine of personal development. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor, that the son of a mine worker can become the head of the mine, that a child of farm workers can become the president of a great nation. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. Living isn't just about doing for yourself, but what you do for others as well. The UN took a strong stand against apartheid, and over the years, an international consensus was built which helped to bring an end to this iniquitous system. But we know too well that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinians. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. We can change the world and make it a better place. It is in your hands to make a difference. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. The brave man is not the one who has no fears, he is the one who triumphs over his fears. Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. The true character of a society is revealed in how it treats its children. When we dehumanize and demonize our opponents, we abandon the possibility of peacefully resolving our differences and seek to justify violence against them. Remember to celebrate milestones as you prepare for the road ahead. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. There is no future without forgiveness. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. My dream would be a multicultural society, one that is diverse and where every man, woman and child are treated equally. I dream of a world where all people of all races work together in harmony. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. Learn to know yourself, to search realistically and regularly the processes of your own mind and feelings. Blaming things on the past does not make them better. Freedom can never be taken for granted. Each generation must safeguard it and extend it. Your parents and elders sacrificed much so that you should have freedom without suffering what they did. Use this precious right to ensure that the darkness of the past never returns. Thinking is one of the most important weapons in dealing with problems. The time is always right to do right. There is nothing more dangerous than a humiliated man. You can start changing our world for the better daily, no matter how small the action. Great anger and violence can never build a nation. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Racism is a blight on the human conscience. The idea that any people can be inferior to another, to the point where those who consider themselves superior define and treat the rest as subhuman, denies the humanity even of those who elevate themselves to the status of gods. Our fear is not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure. The past is a rich resource on which we can draw in order to make decisions for the future, but it does not dictate our choices. We should look back at the past and select what is good, and leave behind what is bad. I like friends who have independent minds because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. Overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity. It is an act of justice. The best weapon is to sit down and talk. I am the captain of my soul. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. Exercise is the key not only to physical health but to peace of mind. Tread softly, brother, peacefully, laugh hysterically. Do not allow your anger to control your reason, but rather your reason to control your anger. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination.